Continuing. With that being said, about the wicked, I want to get one more scripture, then I'm gonna jump into the lesson. Luke, because at the end of the day, like I said when I first started the video, at the end of the day, when somebody sincerely loves you, they're gonna try and warm you. When a parent, that sincerely loves his child. You got some sick old fucked up people out here, but we talking about for the most part, scripture acknowledges and it actually encourages you to discipline your child. Because an unruly child, you know what I mean? Even this hell that we catching nowadays is for a purpose and for a reason, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when that day of Jacob trouble, I mean, even though we try to imagine and meditate on it, but at the same time, we have no idea how this shit gonna be crazy. I grew up in the inner city, I grew up in poverty, you know, and that's nothing. I mean, like Bon B made that song about. He said, some dude thinks hustling is cool. Some dudes hustling is live, but they don't know that niggas only hustle to survive. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, roughly paraphrasing, but at the end of the day, you know, I know what Jake, a 2/3 nigga do, and when you got law and whatnot. Just imagine how they gonna be when you ain't none. So trust and believe. We don't even completely fathom. We got an idea, but at the end of the day, I keep on trying to get this one thing out. At the end of the day, you gonna warn somebody that you got feelings for, you care about, a person you don't give a fuck about. I've seen people do that. I've done it. At the end of the day, so I took it like when the Most High let me get a hold of this book because this is giving you info. I mean, like I was hip to MK Ultra, but they got all kind of different stuff. You know what I mean? You got remote influence and remote neural monitoring, auditory harassment, and I think that's that shit that they could like implant. And they was talking about certain. I can't think of which shooter it was, but it's so many motherfucking shootings. Come on, we just had a school shooting yesterday. You know what I mean? Like it's just that's how a man with some kind of spiritual discernment should actually feel uneasy in the spirit. Like, well, some brothers are so strong in the faith. They up there, yeah, these wonderful times. And I'm like I ain't in the middle. I ain't lukewarm. What I'm saying is, you know, I would be a liar to say that I ain't like, I'm getting colder. I will admit that. I mean, I got children and all that, but at the same time, I'm learning. He's detaching me from that because at the end of the day, you know, we were just talking about this. I was talking to a 2/3 at the end of the day. Things are getting, and that's the spirit because Apostle Ramla just, not Salaki, Apostle Gabar just said that. He said things getting worse. It's going to get worse before it's get better. I mean, it's gonna get bad. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're gonna recognize and realize. That's why it's gonna be considered the kingdom of heaven. Well, when I got this book, it just it was eye opening, and that just show you how the Most High is. Like that's why all this truth is coming out at this particular moment. That's not by coincidence. This is the book of Luke 8:17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall now Salaki, that shit shall not be known and come abroad. So at the end of the day, Esau got a million little secrets. I mean, come on, like I said, like just for instance, whatever reason I'm hearing, and I want to attribute all that to the spirit because it wasn't by me, like in the past when I was a lost 2/3 nigga, you know what I mean? I I would attribute to me because I was a very vain person, I was on a lesson about vanity and idolatry in America, and it went into because people be surprised what you think idolatry is. I mean, self worship is idolatry, and right now we got a heavy spirit of that. Just like one of the brothers in the camp was speaking on how it's a siphon agent in the house of Israel right now, and it's a scripture that say that judgment will start in the house. House of my people, roughly paraphrasing, but judgment started the house of Israel first. So at the end of the day, with that whole Apostle Tahar with the decree of no new members, now, best believe you thought you was suffering a little bit before. Everybody about to start getting tried. It's a beautiful thing because it's just, these things shall were spoken of beforehand, and they shall come to pass. But So let me jump straight into the scripts. I believe I stopped here. We was in reading about the non-consensual experimentation. I was talking about the Nazis' eugenics program were adopted for you, Slovakia from eugenics programs already in place in the United States. According to a Yale study, the popular movement aimed at improving society through selective breeding indicates that forced sterilizations were carried out on a much larger and longer scale than previously believed, beginning with the first eugenics law passed in Indiana in 1907. Eugenics, or social Darwinism, today known as social engineering, suggested that science can engineer progress by attacking social ills like moral decadence, crime, venereal disease, and alcoholism with forced sterilization. A year after Hitler took power, the New England Journal of Medicine in 1943 praised Germany as the most progressive nation in restricting fecundity among the unfit. Fecundity among the unfit. Forced sterilization was legal in 18 states in the U.S. Until the 1960s, with sterilization possible without consent. Damn, you realize this? I mean, take time, take what. Like I said, because I don't want to be doing this. This is a pretty book. Well, it ain't very big. It's only like it's less than 200 pages. I tend to like I don't. When I do a lot of these lessons, I don't get the chance to proofread. So it's like I want to pick out the meatiest parts, but I don't want to like what I ain't say because ain't none of this a waste of time. All of it's for a reason, but I I I just was thinking about the pride of this damn devil. Like you got to remember these are the people that allow alcohol to be made became legal. You know what I mean? Like prohibition, then they legalize it because they wanted they cut. So it is the devil because everything about fucking money. It did when the motherfucker they consider is alcoholic because they want to say that's gene related. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god. Then they want to sit up there and tell you can't procreate anymore, but at the same time, you to introduce this shit to these people. That's just like with this shit. Like our city had got I forgot what year that I want to say shit around like 2012. That's when we actually got our casinos here. Yeah, I think it was around that, or a little bit before that. Maybe like 2011. I know I was still in the world, but that's around the time when I came into my testimony. And at the end of the day, it's like that. You know what I mean? Like they promoting this, and the best they do, they oh yeah, you come gamble, yeah, you can, and they say gambling, and that's a addiction, and you can have a gambling problem out of it and all that. And the best thing they do is put a number up there, gambling problem call, but that's like a devil's advocate. You get what I'm saying? Real talk, you know what I mean? If people don't know, that's the devil for real. Like he's a fuck, and the pride of him. Like, how are you gonna tell who can live and who can? You know what I'm saying? Like, forced sterilization was legal in 18 states in the U.S. until the 1960s, with sterilization possible without consent. Damn, do you understand that? Moreover, in 1926, Supreme Court Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes wrote, "It is better for all of the world if instead of waiting to execute degenerate offspring from crime or to let them starve for their imbecility, society can prevent those who are manifestly unfit for continuing their kind." And that's where you get like that what's that bitch name? Deborah Sanger with the Planned Parenthood, while all these goofy nigga bitches wanna, I ain't gonna call them 2/3 nigga woman and nigga bitches, because a lot of them nigga bitches though. At the end of the day, like I always said that when getting offended by it, at a young age I learned the difference between a lady, a woman, and all that. They ain't all the same thing. You know, just like I can understand why they don't think some of these men that call themselves men are not men. Because at the end of the day, this is how Esau wanted it. You got the roles reversed. And then when shit get fucked up, like I said, take time to think about this. You got a lot of homosexuality running throughout this faggot ass country, but it's more prominent in our neighborhoods. Come on, you had a so called black man actually wear a dress to the fucking Oscars, man, and they praising this shit. So if something bad happened, you got the women that's overly masculine. But when the day come, I done see that. My the bitch I had kids with, I'm gonna call her a bitch. The demon I had kids with actually was something up there and jump in my face, but was scared to take out trash, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, I mean, come on, man. So when shit get real bad, yeah, well, my point in talking about that Margaret Sanger, that was her name, Margaret Sanger. With the Planned Parenthood, like that, all that was put in place to kill our kids, though. People don't really know nothing. They just know, well, fucking some goofy shit, though. They just know some that nigga, that cordy ass nigga, 6'9" or so. You know, they like I never liked that dude too. Then like for whatever reason, Spirit just had me go like check it to it. Like you did all this to actually now you in witness protection program. Like the fuck, it's deeper than a movie, huh? I was listening to that weird ass dude Daylight speak on it. The funny thing about him is, I mean, he a weird ass dude too, but he like, I do certain shit for the attention. You know what I'm saying? I can understand honesty. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I wouldn't do what he do. You know what I mean? Like that dude done fake like he was gay. I thought he was gay at one point. Then they say no, that he be really faking it just to get attention. You know what I mean? Like I remember I had a DVD and no, it was on a YouTube clip and he was talking about how sometimes he fuck with dudes and he was talking about how he'd fuck with he'd fuck Drake or somebody, he'd fuck T.I., you know what I mean? Like, but then, I mean, that's just too cutting it too close. First of all, that's just like, I got hip to that Lord of Squad show. And, they got the dude, Tyler, the creator on it. Now, a lot of this music, I don't know who these people is. The shit don't sound right to me. It's just weird. A lot of these niggas can't rap. You know what I mean? They not talented. You know what I mean? Like, I know niggas in the street that actually can rap. You know what I mean? Like, so, and the sad part is Esau got these people mind because they just waiting, like they hoping like hell you would hit the mega millions or something. All I got to do is just get hooked up with one person and my life will change over. Not understanding what comes with all that. But like I'm watching the shit and these dudes did the most gayest shit ever. You know what I mean? Like they playing shirts and skins. So the dude's like, okay, we'll be skins. So they take off their shirts. So these dudes, the ones that's the shirts, they take off their pants. So they running around playing basketball with their nuts hanging out. So dudes like, what the fuck? But they still standing. This all shit all on film. And I'm looking at this shit. And then it's all on YouTube. So I'll look at the comment section and everybody, oh, it was so hilarious. And I like the part when this happened. I'm looking at this shit. I'm thinking to myself, like, what is funny about that though? Like, nothing funny. If you was in real life and somebody do some shit like that, you gonna be ready to fuck him up or, like, but that's hilarious. Like, this is a overly sexualized, and it ain't even about being homophobic. A motherfucker get fucked up if you in the bathroom and a dude trying to look at your swipe while you using the bathroom. So, but to show you how fucking desensitized and just like weird this place is, like, and then, but it's not surprising. Then you got this dude. You had the whole thing with Will Smith's son talking about, yeah, that's my boyfriend and all that. You know what I mean? Like it just. Yeah, this shit crazy, man. Like, and y'all want this shit to keep going on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, I mean, come on. You get in trouble for being a man. Like, just 20 years ago, people don't even. I feel sorry for this generation of kids, man. And trust and believe, they got more demons on them now than, man. Like, come on, you. I didn't mean to digress, like I said. And this is all part of these, like, social programming shit, for real, for real. Like, I can remember when I was growing up, you wouldn't see no homosexual. You could barely curse on TV. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't see, but I literally watched them start lightweight programming that in there. You'll see a person, like on Simpsons, damn. Like, Bart Simpson was, like, one of the first people to actually say a curse word, because damn was considered a curse word back then. Damn. Yeah, you know what I mean? They start coming out with the little t-shirts. He'd say bitching and shit like that. You'd get away with it that way. Nah, you got a generation that all they do is hear. You got cartoons I remember one day I was watching cartoons with my children, and I'm watching Teen Titans with them. Now, I grew up watching Teen Titans, you know what I mean, superheroes and whatnot. This shit is promoting some other shit. I say, oh, they can't watch this. Like, what can you even man? It's just it's scary because it's coming for the youth. I done went too far. They ain't even get into the book. Salaki, I'm gonna stop there.